White's Army, brace yourselves. What's up, Leeds United family? Your boy is back with some absolutely mental news that's got me shaking right now. Listen up, every single member of the White's Army, because what I'm about to tell you will have you screaming at your screen. We've got 3 massive bombshells that just dropped about our beloved Leeds. And I'm telling you right now, this is the kind of stuff that changes everything. We're talking about a situation so crazy, so unbelievable that it's got me questioning whether I'm dreaming or if this is actually happening to our club right now. First up, we've got news about a failed deadline day move that's left everyone at Elland Road absolutely fuming. Then we're diving into some absolutely shocking records that'll make your jaw drop to the floor. And finally, brace yourself for this one. We've got an injury update that could change our entire season trajectory. Before we dive into this absolute chaos, smash that like button if you're ready for the truth, drop a comment telling me you're part of the White's Army, and make sure you're subscribed because this channel is your home for all things Leeds United. But here's what's got me absolutely raging right now. Our transfer window just became a complete disaster, and the consequences are already showing on the pitch in ways that'll make every Leeds fan's blood boil. The transfer window. Nightmare that's haunting Elland Road. Alright, White's Army, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Our absolutely catastrophic deadline day that's left Daniel Farke pulling his hair out and every single one of us wondering what the hell just happened to our club. You remember how pumped we all were? Leeds United had just splashed over $100 million on 10 new players. We were feeling invincible, thinking we were ready to take on the Premier League like the warriors we are. But then deadline day arrived, and it turned into an absolute nightmare that's still giving me sleepless nights. Harry Wilson, that name should be tattooed in our minds as the one that got away. Fulham literally hijacked our move at the last second, leaving us scrambling like headless chickens. And before that, Facundo Bonanati, another target stolen right from under our noses by Chelsea. Here's what's making my blood boil. Farke had been screaming from the rooftops that we needed more attacking firepower. He knew, we knew, everyone with half a brain knew that without more goal threat, we'd be in serious trouble in the Premier League. But what happened? We ended up spending less than Sunderland and Burnley, our fellow promoted clubs. Managing director Robbie Evans came out after this disaster saying we spent everything we could and that we're maxing PSR out this season. But here's the kicker. That's got me absolutely livid. Hey, basically admitted they want to avoid January signings if possible. Can you believe this? We're already seeing injuries pile up. Our attack is toothless, and they're talking about avoiding the January window. The January window opens on January 1st, 2026 and closes on February 2nd. That's our lifeline. But Evans is acting like it's some kind of poison we need to avoid. He even said our goal is to avoid January if possible. The goal is to be done early. Done early? We're clearly not done. We're missing that creative spark, that match winner who can turn draws into wins and losses into points. This stubbornness could cost us our Premier League status. This is setting us up for a relegation battle that could have been avoided. The board's reluctance to act in January, combined with our current injury crisis, is a recipe for absolute disaster. But wait until you hear about the records we've just set. And trust me, these aren't the kind of records any Leeds fan wants to celebrate. Hold on to your scarves, White's Army, because what I'm about to tell you will send chills down your spine after that heartbreaking 1-0 loss to Fulham. And yes, it was Gabriel Goodmanson's own goal that sealed our fate in the most cruel way possible. We've just broken 2 club records that no Leeds United fan should ever have to witness. First record breaker that's got me absolutely sick to my stomach. We've now lost 9 consecutive Premier League away games. 9! Can you wrap your head around that? Since 2020, we've been absolutely dreadful in London, and this Fulham defeat just proved that nothing has changed. Our away form is becoming our Achilles heel. But here's the one that's really got me questioning everything. According to Johnny Cooper from Opta, Leeds United have scored just 1 goal in our opening 4 league matches. This is the first time in our entire club history that we've been this toothless to start a season. 1 goal, and that came from the penalty spot against Sheffield Wednesday. We haven't even scored an open play yet this season. Where's the creativity? Where's the killer instinct? Where are the match winners that Farke was desperately trying to sign? Noah Okafor impressed against Fulham. Brendan Aronson looked lively. but neither could find that crucial breakthrough. And if that wasn't devastating enough, here's the second record that's making me want to throw my TV out the window. Daniel Farke has made 23 changes to our starting lineup after just 5 matches. This equals our club record for the most changes ever. The irony is absolutely brutal. This is the same Farke who made the fewest changes in the championship last season. Now he's rotating like a man possessed because either our players keep getting injured or he doesn't even know his best ODN. Sean Longstaff, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, different faces every week but the same disappointing results. Farke himself admitted after the Fulham defeat, "We don't have the best individual quality, so we have to be fitter, tighter, show fight and spirit, and be more effective because we don't have the individual quality like some other clubs." Those words are haunting me, Whites Army. Our own manager is basically admitting we're outgunned. He's having to rely on pure grit and determination because we lack that spark of brilliance. This is the harsh reality of our failed transfer window coming back to bite us. But the worst news is still coming, and it involves our Welsh wizard getting struck down when we needed him most. Right, Whitehead's Army, prepare yourselves for the final blow that could absolutely destroy our Premier League survival hopes. Just when we thought things couldn't get any worse after that soul-crushing defeat to Fulham, we get hit with an injury crisis that's making every Leeds fan's worst nightmares come true. Dan James, our Welsh wizard, our pace merchant, the player who was supposed to give us that cutting edge we desperately needed, he's now joining our ever-growing injury list. After coming on as a substitute in the 77th minute and immediately injecting the pace and threat we've been missing all game, James pulled up with what looks like a serious hip injury. The timing couldn't be more cruel. James had just returned from international duty with Wales, playing in Kazakhstan on Tuesday, which is why Farke arrested him and started with Brendan Aronson instead. When James came on, he was electric. He put us back in the ascendancy, giving us hope that we could steal all 3 points. But football can be absolutely heartless. Just 10 minutes after coming on, with no other players near him, James suddenly pulled up clutching his left hip. The sight of him sitting on the ground, clearly in agony, had me absolutely heartbroken. You could see the desperation in his face, knowing how much the team needed him. Farke's update wasn't exactly reassuring either. He got a hit to his body and was forced to take him off. We will have to wait for the assessment. Hope it's not anything major. Hope it's not major. This is our season we're talking about. James is one of our most important attacking outlets, especially with our goal-scoring crisis. But here's what's making this injury crisis absolutely terrifying. James is now the 6th different player to get injured, and we're only 4 games into the season. 6. Lucas Perry in goal, striker Joe Pyro, midfielders Al Tanaka and Ethan Ampadu, winger Noah Okafor, and now James. Add Sebastian Bornau, who got injured in pre-season, and Gabriel Gudmundsson, who was forced off early against Newcastle. And we're looking at a medical room that's more crowded than Elland Road on match day. The good news? Ethan Ampadu returned to the starting 11 against Fulham and was absolutely immense in midfield, while Ao Tanaka made it back to the bench. But losing players faster than we can get them back is a recipe for disaster. This is what happens when you fail in the transfer window. This is what happens when you don't get the depth you need. We're being exposed and it's only September. Every injury now feels like a potential season ender because we simply don't have adequate replacements. The writing is on the wall, White's Army. If we don't act fast in January, if we don't find solutions to these problems, we could be looking at a relegation battle that'll break all our hearts. What do you think? Are we doomed for another championship campaign? Or can Farke somehow work miracles with this injury-hit squad? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button if you're still backing the boys through thick and thin. And let me know. Do you think we can survive in the Premier League with these massive problems piling up like this? Marching on together.